A full night of FS1 College Hoops continues with the 130th all-time meeting. The series that dates back 104 years between the Villanova Wildcats and the Seton Hall Pirates. They're ready to go at the Rock. The Pirate already feels like he's on spring break. Well, for Villanova, they'd like to make that push towards March, trying to get a fifth win the last 7 games. And this Wildcats team at 9-8, as Rob and Casey just mentioned, they would like to get some help from Xavier's opponents.
His ball skills are extraordinary, and he's going to get fouled. Seton Hall fouls, he's going to get fouled tonight.
What do you see with Isaiah Coleman of the Pirates?
Isaiah Coleman is fearless. He will take any shot, and I mean that respectfully. His team struggles offensively. Somebody has to step up, and I have not watched a game all year where he hasn't been willing.
Starting lineup sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. Seton Hall without Chauncey Jenkins due to a knee. Scotty Middleton with an ankle. But for Villanova, they're coming off a win over Marquette, in which they started the game red hot from 3, and Jamir Brickus drove them.
They were fabulous. Best game of the year for Villanova. What did Kyle Neptune say? Coach, I'm looking for an encore.
He believes that his team, the way they're playing defensively as well, Kyle Neptune says we can put something together here, a late run with Butler next, and then Georgetown to round out the regular season. And the Wildcats starting to come along. They've got a couple of signature wins. On the other side, Shaheen Holloway, we talked with him yesterday, and he liked the second half effort.
No question about that, John. That second half was to the wall. They put everything out there. They just came up short. People have to remember, they were down 26 and cut it to 3. Let's see if we can get an encore tonight.
Our officials, Brian O'Connell, Tim Clougherty, Evan Burrows. Villanova in the road black, Seton Hall in the home white. The tip belongs to the Wildcats. Villanova took the first meeting between these teams 79-67 back on December the 17th. Dixon had 25 in that victory. Uga Poplar. Brickus weaving. Dixon tries again. This time it's good.
The point, John, when you're the leading gunslinger, you take that next shot.
We saw him really step up, came up clutch against UConn in that victory 10 days ago with a 3.
And usually it's the other end of the floor. You can count on him, his physicality as a defender.
Dixon with 8 kicks. Brickus from Philadelphia.
Yeah. And I'm going to think that that was a missed assignment. Shaheen Holloway talked to us about not doubling Dixon. There was a stunt down giving Brickus room and well off the three-point line. And maybe there's some good feeling. I'm not a big believer in loss can give you some, but there is some good feeling in their performance in the second half against Xavier.
Dixon to Dumont. Jordan Dumont has come out of nowhere over the last week.
It is a pretty shot. Watched practice yesterday, shoot around today. He's taller than people would think. Even the impression on TV, he's taller in person, but that release. Staple in that one, John. The shot fake.
Well, Dixon's just working the mismatch against Feld.
There it is. When you can shoot the 3, he's going to get to the foul line. And then the ability to keep the ball alive and to see where the double team, the stunt is coming from. And I think it's worth mentioning, his team had 81 against Marquette 3 days ago.
Now Dixon finally takes it upon himself. Foul on a lead bay on the Dixon take to try to snap Villanova out of this.
We keep talking about it. Gets to his left hand, Make him make a shot over you. What does this do? He makes 2. One of the leading foul shooters in the country, on top of being one of the leading scorers. Villanova presses. And now Seton Hall has a decision to make. This is that range. Do you go 2 for 1? I would suggest that they don't. It's not their style. So Villanova's going to get one more possession to cut they want to be in the half under 10.
To your point, 84% from the line is Dixon. And Villanova, who led college hoops the last 3 years in free throw percent. Can Dixon ignite? And that'll count.
What do we got?
And one. Officials will count that. It's a goaltend. Now they can look back at that at our next stoppage, our next media timeout rather. They can look back at that to determine whether it's a good basket or not, or they can move the teams to their benches now and look at it, and that's what they'll do.
And the reason is because there's going to be a stoppage for a foul shot.
Yep.
They can take that look. Shaheen Holloway's got to walk away from it. A long delay here. Let them take a look, and then let's keep playing.
Goaltender 9.
That's a goaltend. Not because the ball was on the way. I think it's in the cylinder.
Let's see.
Is that over?
That's tough.
Now, I'm not wrong. We don't have a call. We have a foul call on the floor, but we don't have a good bucket.
We did have a goaltend call,
got it.
which allows them to review it. By calling it, it allows them to review it, and Brian O'Connell, Tim Clougherty, Evan Burrows do say it's a good basket, so one shot for Dixon. And Phil Martelli is shooting 100% on the night in reviews.
It's unbelievable. And how about how the referees, they're so gracious now. I was never a baiter. I didn't go after
You
them.
weren't?
Oh, no,
come on.
Please. I think I got the choir boy award from them many times.
Okay, do you have the trophy to prove it? Do you have the trophy to prove it?
Probably.
Oh, man.
I have so few trophies, I probably do have that one.
Hey, we have one thing in common. We finally found something.
You want to get down to that 16-minute mark, and then you have a feel again for the game. Get back in touch with the game, both teams.
Longino off the 5th Pirate turnover. Dixon cashes in.
We should pay homage to Eric Dixon. He's made so many big baskets all year long, but he never gestures.
I'll tell you how we'll do that. It's his 44th consecutive game scoring in double figures. That's the longest streak in America.
That timeout is coming, John.
What a finish by Eric Dixon. That's All-American.
Difference there, he has been looking over his right shoulder. He spun to the baseline side because everybody was trying to take away his vision.
Again, the Pirates shorthanded. Chauncey Jenkins still out with a knee injury. Scotty Middleton out tonight with an ankle injury. Dixon with 10. Eric Dixon, too easy.
It's just so soft. Would you have liked to have seen him play high school baseball? He was a first baseman, batted 4th. You have to depend on what you are. And they came in here as a defensive team. They're going to have to get a stop to kind of stem the tide.
It was 116. Here's Dixon on an island where he's so dangerous. Dixon is fouled by Okorafor.
What did they want to do? Keep him off the line. Why? He gets 6 a game. How did he do at Villanova? 10. 10 foul shots to get 25 points.
And he wears you out. He has proven in the second half with 9 already to just be a guy that, as the game wears on, coaches say it's so difficult to keep the lid on him.
Really great point by you, John. Even a superior point, because he also hits you. He bangs you and bangs you. He doesn't let up.
Somewhere the great Steve Shear smiles. We wish Steve well in his recovery from recent procedure. We're thinking of him. But your use of superior there, he told you vocabulary when we talked over the summer. Villanova hasn't led since it was 10-9. Dixon. Mismatch against Felton. And Dixon's fouled.
They played with fire the whole first half, allowing him to get to his left hand. Where did he go right there? To his left hand.
So you send an 84% free throw shooter back to the line.
Brought it up earlier, John. One of the things it does is it allows Villanova to decide, are we going to zone press? Or are we going to go 94 feet with our man-to-man?
Rare miss for Dixon. You just saw he's got 11. Seton Hall of 8. And the last Villanova player to lead the country in scoring, Paul Arizin.
Paul Arizin did not play high school basketball.
What?
He did not play high school basketball.
A 12-0 run. Villanova hasn't led since it was 10-9, less than 6 minutes into the game. Dixon gives Nova the lead.
Brickus is really dictating now where they put the ball. Cross screen for Dixon. That means along the baseline they send a littler guy. Why? So you don't switch.
And Dixon is fouled again.
If we could go all the way back to the beginning of that play, what you saw, though, was the shot fake. How many times yesterday in our conversation, Shaheen Holloway said, we honor no shot fakes. Watch. Lift. By.
That's a foul there.
More than one.
Yes. An 85% free throw shooter goes back to the stripe, where he has hit his average with 23 on the game and just taken over the contest.
It sounds insane, but it's a quiet 23.
Right.
But in a 44-point game, he has 23 of the 44.
Exactly. And look, he scored the last 12 Villanova points on a 17-0 run.
If you're collecting your uniforms and it's still cold outside, you had a bad year.
Dixon. Aaron Dixon has March on his mind.
Stop it. Stop it. Standing 8 count here.
27 for Dixon. Nobody else for Villanova is in double figures.
You and I both know Shaheen Holloway will not allow them to drop their head.
You can tell he's thinking about it. Mr. Dixon has 27. He is the nation's leading scorer. He is in that mode right now. This kid is extraordinary.
He's way beyond great.
29 on 15 shots. Longino got it into Perkins, but here's the trap. This is the pressure that gave UConn trouble 10 days ago. They break through it, and it's Dixon. Dixon's going to drive. Dixon taking matters into his own hands. He'll go on the line for a pair. He's an 85% free throw shooter, 7 of 9 on the night.
Everybody that watches the game understands this last minute is different. So he puts this up. Walk up and be Eric Dixon on the foul line. Seton Hall's talking about blocking out. They already know their call coming back down the floor, and it's not a 3.
Dixon has his third 30-point performance of the season. He has 23 of the team's 30 in the second half. Seton Hall scored 16 points in the entire second half. In and out for an 85% free throw shooter. What are you thinking if you're the Hall? Villanova has a timeout if they have any trouble getting this in. That's a tough pass. Dixon was able to corral it. And he will head to the line. For tonight, he's 8 of 11. %85 on the season. 30 tonight.
Really, really good young man.
They were stuck in quicksand.
Yes, they were.
A 1-and-1 for Dixon. And he got it. 31.
Still, Seton Hall. Keep going. Keep extending. Take the ball to the basket.
Cold-blooded. 32 for Dixon. 21 seconds here. Seton Hall's out of timeouts. Dual. And he's fouled by Brickus. 5-point game. Adewusu driving, giving to a League Bay strip. Left-hander doesn't go. The Villanova Wildcats come back from 16 down behind Dixon to take it for their 10th Big East win.
Is Eric Dixon going to drive that bus? He's going to be in the driver's seat, right?
No, he's in the VIP seat with whatever he wants on that ride home.
Very good point, John.
32 for Dixon. Villanova matches Xavier in the win total. Xavier has Creighton Saturday on Fox. Villanova has Butler Saturday on Fox. Big for these two teams of where they stand. For Phil Martelli.